What is going on, world? I'm Wesley from A Connection TV, the network, the one channel on YouTube where we actually adopt similar connections despite our differences. And I want to ask Daed with you for the love of The Walking Dead, the season finale. I am so upset that it is not going to be coming on every freaking Sunday for quite some time. We are going to talk about Conquer, which was, by the way, a 90-minute episode. Hold on one second. I don't know about y'all, but I'm sure, like me, y'all feel that every episode of The Walking Dead needs to be 90 minutes because we got so much from this particular episode. It didn't feel rushed. I didn't feel forced. I was on the edge of my seat, well, on the edge of my bed because I was laying down. It's like 5 a.m. in the morning or 4:30 in the morning, Eastern Standard Time. But, oh my freaking God, this episode was hot. Like, we start this episode off with Morgan! Morgan finally brings his British ass. I did not know this man was British. But anyway, he finally brings his ass back on the scene with the gangster lean. And he's laying in this car, getting some rest. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, okay. All right. So yeah, obviously the W's were W's. They weren't M's. They were W's for the Wolves. Okay, fine. Y'all said that. Great. Fine. Why would Morgan be doing that to zombie heads anyway, Wes? I don't know. I don't know. But it was, you know, I wanted to see what was going on with Morgan because they keep teasing us. They keep giving us this Resident Evil Jedi Morgan with the stick and the mask and the suit and everything. But where is he at? Where is Morgan? But Morgan is back. And Morgan's sitting down, he eating some dinner. And this man come up on him with a gun. And I'm thinking, boy, go somewhere, you did. Morgan, I don't know why I thought Morgan was just gonna go pow and just throw a knife and the knife is gonna go through the skull. Like, I don't know why I thought Morgan was about that life. But Morgan is about that life. But I just thought he was gonna be like, you really think you're gonna give it pow and just, you know. I was waiting for him to throw a blade or something because I'm like, the dude got the gun posted. What he gonna do? He can't go left, he can't go right. He can't go straight forward. The dude got a gun. Come to find out that the gun wasn't even loaded. But that's neither here nor over there somewhere, okay? The bottom line is, Morgan said, you can take all my stuff. You can take all my supplies. But I'm not dying right now. I'm not dying no time soon. So I don't know what that means to you, but I'm telling you what it's going to be. The guy would explain the whole wolf situation, and he was like, you know, the natives back in the day, they used to they used to brand the wolves, and then they killed all the wolves, but now we're back. I'm like, what? Child, bye, girl, with all that. What are you talking about? What are you talking about right now? You about to die. Do you not know who this is? You about to die. Morgan created this whole town of traps and spikes and wiring and all of that to keep him away from the zombies. You really think you're going to do something to him? So, you know, out of nowhere, this dude come from behind him, in the bushes from behind him. And, you know, Morgan get up. And he hit the dude, bow, bow, and he's like, I don't wanna, please, let's not fight. I don't wanna hurt anybody. Let's not do this. We don't have to go here. I'm like, Morgan, it's already a wrap. It's a wrap. You see the W? It's a wrap. They're a wolf. They're coming back to the native land. They about to attack. So Morgan beat him up senseless, stick him into the car, and then he takes the rabbit foot and then he beeps on the horn. I'm like, okay, he trying to get the zombies to come. But I'm like, whatever, this is cool. I love the fact that Morgan can fight. I like this staff. Like, because when you think about it, everybody has a way that they get rid of the zombies. It's a signature for them. You know, Daryl has the arch gun, the bow and arrow gun. Excuse me. Michonne has the katana, you know, and now we have Morgan with the bow, with the staff. Like, I just think it's hot, you know. I really do. I think it's hot. Carl needs like a hatchet or something like that. Carl needs a weapon. Carl needs something. But I'm really digging the signature weapons that these people are having. you know, Rick wakes up after getting his ass whooped. And some of y'all was like, he didn't get his ass whooped. I'm sorry. If you are on the ground, bloodied and bruised, just it's an ocean of blood just all on your face. That's not just from crashing through the window. Some of y'all was like, oh, he bust through the window. No. Pete put up a motherfucking fight, period. And so he done got his ass whooped. He got all these bandages and shit all on his face. And he dazed out. He look around for a second. He like, Michonne like, and the Oscar goes to Wesley for the reenactment of Rick Grimes waking his bitch ass, hurt ass, bandage ass up, laughing and shit. Michonne like, what's so funny? You know, Rick is like, he's like, oh, I was just thinking about the train call, you know, that situation that done happened or whatever. And you know, Michonne is lost. Michonne doesn't understand what's going on. She's like, I'm not getting it. You know, Rick is like, you know, I wanted to talk to you and all of that, but he's like, I couldn't, and you know, out of nowhere, Carol, Glenn, and Abraham come into the scene. Oh Lord, Jesus. Whew. Out of nowhere, Carol, Abraham, and Glenn come into the scene. And Carol's like, what the hell was wrong with you? That was dumb. What the hell is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Glenn's like, you know, they got this meeting for you. You know, they got this meeting going on. And Carol, well, let me read my notes because I'm skipping it. She says, you will tell them what they want to hear. And she's like, Glenn says they're arming the armory. Michonne is lost. Carol says, I have been lying since I have been, since we got here because these people are kids. They like stories. She said, we have knives. We could take them. The whole concept of them being had and them being found out, and the fact that Carol is putting on this show, even in front of Glenn and Michonne, saying that we have knives, we can take them. Carol is stone cold legit with it. There is not, like, I can't wait to see Carol come up against one of these wolves. I cannot wait. I just can't wait. I want to see how she's really going to be. Like, I just can't wait. And I thought it was also awesome when Rick was like, Carol will take Deanna. I'll take this one. Glenn take this one. Michonne take this one. And he was like, I don't know what else to tell y'all, but I'm about to go to sleep, so let me get some rest. I said, ooh, really, Rick? Rick ain't bothered. Rick ain't bothered. Rick ain't bothered. He ain't moved. Like, oh my God. It was so awesome. Maggie speaks to Deanna to try to convince her to keep Rick. She says, I will do what I have to do. Deanna's set on having this meeting and having the people vote on what they want to do. And you know, Deanna's going to make the last say. She's going to have the last word. Sasha is burying a ton of zombies in the ground, and then she lays on top of the zombies and takes a motherfucking knee. I'm thinking to myself, this girl done lost her ever-loving mind. What is wrong with you, Sasha? What is wrong with you, Sasha? She said like this, she said, I'm like, is this girl serious? This girl done gone through. This girl done been through it. Tyrese and Bob can't save her no more. They gone. Daryl and Aaron are out surveying the area. They are 50 miles away from Alexandria. That's a long trip away from Alexandria. So you know what that means. Season 6. The opening of season 6, okay, excuse me, is going to be a couple episodes of Morgan getting reacquainted, the people them training, they doing what they need to do. The wolves, I don't think the wolves going to come into the picture until like episode 5 or 6. You know what I'm saying? Now done, you know, Rick done shot Pete. Deanna feeling like there's no other option. But I'm moving ahead. Carol, she wakes up Rick and says that Rick was stupid. She says, I didn't tell them about the guns just to be safe. She says, good job though. You know, Carol and Rick are both on the same page for some reason, but Carol is more on the controlled side. You know, Rick is losing his marbles, but Rick has gone through so much. He ain't even caring about these people all like that. All he cares about is his family, Carl and Judith, and teen prison. That's all he cares about. And Carol the same way. And she's like, you know, I didn't tell him about it because I didn't know how they was going to react, you know. And then Rick is like, well, I don't want to lie anymore. And, you know, Carol's like, oh, well, you say you don't want to take this town either, right? So what is it going to be, sunshine? I was like, Carol, you better go ahead and say that. You better get him together. Carol better get him together. Maggie thinks she is going to work it out, and Glenn says, I love you. But this whole scene was a bit awkward because Nicholas was washing their ass. But that's neither here nor over there somewhere, because Gabriel goes out and says the word of God is all I need. Okay, Gabriel, can we kill him already? Because last Talking Dead, I was told we was going to get some blood. I wanted to be Gabriel. That's what I wanted it to be. Carl says they need us. They will die without us. Rick says I might have to threaten them or kill them. Carl says you won't. Carl says you have to tell them. Carl, you know things have gotten a bit crazy when Rick is able to completely be honest with Carl and tell him that he's about to kill these people. And Carl is like, you should not have to do that. At least speak to them first before we have to go there. I'm like, yo, for Carl to feel that way and to say that, that's intense. Like, that is really, 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 really intense. Daryl and Aaron get locked in the car because a swarm of zombies are unleashed on them, and they find a note saying, trap, bad people don't stay. So I thought that was cool. I wasn't expecting all those damn zombies to come out, but it's like, why go through all of that? Why go through that huge of a length to trap? Like, who are you trying to trap? And why do you have to go through all that to kill someone? Like, I just don't understand what was the purpose of the zombie trap. Like, I really don't. But then again, at the end, they have pictures and stuff. Pictures and stuff that would lead them to Alexandria. So, there we go. Because Aaron dropped his backpack at the car. So, yeah, that basically tells them that people are out there and, you know, come take me. Put the W's on our heads. Carol visits Pete and says, you need to treat Tara. She says, I can kill you right now. She says, come at me. She says, you are small, weak, and nothing. She says, play your cards right. Maybe you won't have to die. And she says, I want my dish back clean. When I tell you that scene gave me everything that I needed, that scene with Melissa McBride, when she had the knife like this and said like that, gave me everything I needed from a female to be powered and to feel like she can run shit. And Pete, if you could tell me Pete wasn't shook. Glenn is telling Nicholas shoot Glenn in the shoulder, and Glenn almost got by zombies. Now I'm thinking to myself, no. He can't get got. No, he can't go out like this. No, he can't. He can't go out like this. But I was like, yo, Glenn getting his ass whooped. I hate seeing Rick and I hate seeing Glenn get their ass whooped. It bothers me. It messes with my brain. You know what I'm saying? Because they talk so much trash and they evoke so much, you know, leadership and all this, but they stick in their ass beat. Daryl and Aaron, like Daryl tells Aaron, let's make a break for it. I'll go first and then you know, I'll draw him away from you. Aaron's like, no, we're brothers. We have to do this together. Whatever it is, we're going to do this together. We're going to get out of this. Then all of a sudden, pat, 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 pat. And I'm like, okay, where the gun go? But then, okay, he had the gun. But then, you know, Morgan started popping like Donatello and these zombies or whatever. And Daryl and get out. And, you know, because Morgan saved them. But I thought this was a hot scene. Because Daryl, I see it now. Rick, we got Rick. You got Rick, Glenn Michonne, Daryl the fuck Morgan. So I'm like, I'm all excited when Morgan shows, because you know Morgan didn't meet anybody else. Morgan didn't meet. I think Morgan saw Michonne. That was about it. But Morgan didn't meet anybody else. No, even when Carl and Morgan was leaving. When Carl and Morgan was leaving, no, did they meet? I don't know. Did they meet? Did they meet? I don't know. I can't remember. I can't remember. I think they did meet. Yeah, they did. They did meet. So he met Morgan, Michonne, and Carl. But I don't know. That scene was hot when Morgan handed the map over to Daryl. Like Norman Reedus said on Talking Dead, I think Daryl knows who Morgan is because they were on the walkies 24/7. And Rick kept saying, I need to walkie him. I need to walkie him. I need to walkie him. So I thought that scene was also hot. Gabriel confronts the zombie, says I'm ready. Gabriel kills it. Then he starts crying like a bitch. Gabriel leaves the gate open when he comes back into the town. I'm like, oh shit, they about to have a swarm of zombies up in the town or whatever. Rick tells Michonne about Carol and Daryl having guns. Michonne says we can find a way, and if we don't, I'm still with you. Michonne is here till the end. Michonne is ride or die. She's not gonna let Rick or anybody go without, you know, helping them or taking their side. She says something is going to happen, just don't make something happen. And I was like, okay, Michonne, I'm vibing with you. Rick sees the gate open and he sees the blood on the floor. Gabriel meets with Sasha and says, can you help me? Gabriel says no. Sasha says, I think I want to die. And Gabriel says, why wouldn't you want to die? Sasha and Gabriel go at it. Now there's a tug of war of events happening in this particular segment. You have Glenn fighting Nicholas, you have Sasha fighting Gabriel, and you have Rick fighting these zombies, making his way to the meeting because he's late to the meeting. And of course, everyone from Carol, Abraham, Michonne are saying their piece and trying to get Deanna not to banish or exile Rick like that was really going to go down any old calm sort of way. But you know, and I was like, it was very interesting because all the while I'm looking at my clock like, I hope we don't get to the end and I don't see it and I don't know what's about to happen. Like, I hope. Like, come on now. Come on. Don't do this to me. 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 But nonetheless, Glenn ends up saving Nicholas. Sasha ends up saving Gabriel. Well, actually, Maggie ends up saving Gabriel, which is quite interesting because Maggie knows what Gabriel said. Even Deanna mentioned what Gabriel said at the meeting. So I'm like, wow. And then, you know, Rick carries one of the zombie bodies to the meeting and says, this is the world that's out there. Now, somebody left the gate open. There was nobody at the gate. Somebody left the gate open. Then the oldest son is like, oh, that was Gabriel. You know, I left him at the gate. I told him to close the gate. I'm like, but that's what happened. The zombies came in and Rick like, they found their way in here. And it's not just going to be the zombies we got to worry about. It's going to be humans that we have to worry about. They will find themselves in here. Why? Because we are in here. You have to learn to protect yourself. You have to be cold. You have to be vigilant. If we're going to survive here, we have to do this together. And then out of nowhere, Pete comes with Michonne's katana and says, he doesn't belong here. Leave him out of here. He doesn't belong here. And everybody braces themselves and Regs goes after Pete. And Pete pushes him and the katana slices Reg's neck. And now Reg is bleeding all on the ground and everything. And Deanna just looks up at Rick and says, Rick, do it. And he, without flinching, just turns around and pals him. But then Morgan comes and he's like, Rick. And the look, when I tell you that Andrew Lincoln can motherfucking act. Andrew Lincoln can act. When I tell you he can act, I was like, yes, Morgan. Yes, Morgan is back. Morgan is back. Morgan is back. Morgan is back. Oh my God. This particular season, was hot. I'm not gonna lie though. I liked how Glenn handled himself. For him to get shot in the shoulder, fight, almost get beaten by 4 zombies, for him to tail Nicholas, beat that Nicholas ass down, Glenn is the G for all of that. For all of that, Glenn is the G. You know, Sasha, for her to click back and be like, no, Gabriel, I'm about to shoot you. You know what I'm saying? I love me some Carol. I love the fact that Eugene and Abraham apologized to each other. I love the fact that Rosita is still looking after Tara. I love that connection now. They team prison now, and I love it. I love that Carl is able to talk to his father about the potential deaths that's going to occur so that, you know, because these people are weak. Like, oh my God, this show is amazing. If you're not watching the show, you need to get into the motherfucking Walking Dead. And I want to do a couple shout outs real quick. Like, oh, it's just crazy to me. It's insane to me. Insane. I want to give a shout out. Where we at? I got time. Yeah. I want to give a shout out to Relly Halstead. I'm 100% behind Rick and his actions, decisions. He gave the people of Alexandria a chance. I want to give a shout out to Key Deeg. I want to give a shout out to Cheryl F, Lady Roxy, Grace Giddens, Still Savas. Says, I don't know. The last time Carol stepped up and took action without Rick's consent, he exiled her ass from the group. Different circumstances, but I'm sure that's still in the back of her mind. I don't think so. I really don't. I don't think so at this point. Not at this point. The fact that Carol can tell Rick to kill Pete and Rick just listens, I really don't think that that's the case. Cookie Williams, 1990, Zaya Taylor, Razmel, Edie Sal, Natasha Evans, The King, CJ Turner, Ty Smith, Isis Johnson, Tangi Streeter. I was thinking the same thing about Sasha. I thought she was going to shoot down the pillars to let in the zombies. I most certainly did, y'all. Are y'all ready for the Game of Thrones? Are y'all ready for the Game of Thrones? I don't know about y'all, but I'm ready for the Game of Thrones, although I pretty much forgot everything that done occurred in the Game of Thrones. But I'm going to tell you like this. I need y'all to leave y'all comments below the video. Let me know what y'all thought about this particular episode. It was very intense. I loved it. It was hot. I'm Wesley from AK Nation TV, the network. Subscribe.